We're sitting here today with Robert Sibley, author of A Rumour of God, Rekindling Belief in an Age of Disenchantment. Robert, what is the most important thing you want readers to glean from your book?
What I want the readers to take away from is sort of indicated in the first chapter, where I detail or sort of sketch out what I think are some of the main problems that people face nowadays. And if I can boil it all down to one statement, is we live in a kind of age of diversion where there's so much coming at us, whether it's technology, whether the internet, whether all the apparatus that we carry around with us. We're so diverted that we stop paying attention to ourselves, to what's really important to us, to our lives, even to our children. And we get, if you will, abstracted or lost. And what I think people will carry away from, or what I hope they carry away from the book, is that there are ordinary experiences in our lives that if we seriously pay attention to them, whether it's home or walking, our sense of place, our sense of belonging, sense of wonder, just an ordinary street or walking in a park, or if you really seriously pay attention to them, they can be that source of meaning or the recovery of meaning in your life and a sense of achievement for yourself, and hopefully that spills over into the rest of your life.
So how does A Rumour of God, your book, help a reader to rediscover, to find all those things you've just mentioned about our daily lives?
The book is structured in such a way that I draw from personal examples, personal situations, things that have happened to me or experiences I've had. And I use those as the kind of the structuring motif for addressing a topic, whether it's the experience of home, what it means for people to feel at home, or what it means for people to feel in place or enjoy a place they live in, or what it means to go for a long walk and what happens to you or can happen to you in those walks. So I draw on personal experience, things in my personal life, and then I expand it out into referring to philosophers, writers, explorers, poets who've undergone similar experiences and how they express the things that have happened to them in relation to home, place, wonder, walking, pilgrimage. And what I'm referring to, borrowing from theologians, is the notion of everyday mysticism, little ordinary experiences that seem to have a sense of wonder about them, that make our lives, give our lives a sense of meaning.
In A Rumour of God, you talk about acquiring faith by acting as believers.
There's an old line from C.S. Lewis, and I think it comes from C.S. Lewis, where he said something to the effect that if you want to have faith, you have to act faith. Almost like if you want to learn how to swim, you have to swim. If you want to learn how to play golf, you have to hit a ball. If you want to ride a bicycle, you have to get on the bicycle. So in a sense, that's what I'm doing, is the practices I'm trying to describe to people or offer to them are, by acting them, by going through the motions, you can come to a position where the action itself engenders the sensibility of the belief that you're trying to recover. Now you have to be careful in the sense of you're not acting in a way that's false, because all along the way you have to, in your conduct, be continually self-aware or aware of what you're doing, i.e. when you're paying attention to whatever it is you're paying attention to, you're always checking yourself to make sure that what you're feeling isn't something you kind of manufacture or make or fake in responding. So there's a constant test of authenticity between what you're acting and how you're feeling or responding to it, and whether the feeling you get is authentic.
A Rumour of God covers many spiritual, philosophical, theological, and practical ideas. What have you found to be the strongest practice in restoring the spiritual side of your life?
What you find in the book, again, and I'm harking back to what I just said a moment ago about personal experiences or things that have happened to me as the basis for the books or the concepts I try to describe or analyze in the book. But the one that's constantly worked for me is walking. And whether it's a half-hour walk, whether it's a long-distance walk, whether it's a pilgrimage, which, and in the book I detail several examples or draw from several pilgrimages I've gone on. But what seems to happen is walking, like almost like any journey, happens as something externally, but as you proceed, things start to happen to you internally. I mean, I walk without things plugged into my ears, or an iPad or an iPod or whatever little gizmo people use to distract themselves from what's going on around them. So you walk with a kind of a deliberate effort to attend to the walk. And in doing so, psychological things happen to you that start to affect you internally. And the result is that the walk becomes a kind of an interplay between the internal journey and the outward journey. And this can be anything from an 800-mile pilgrimage like the Camino de Santiago that I describe in the book, to an hour's walk in the local park. But you have to pay attention all the time to the kind of walking you're doing.
How can readers pay attention to our daily experiences?
The secret of the book, the core message, is an anecdote I take from a Zen priest that I read about years ago. I have no idea what the name of the priest is. But he was approached by a businessman to, what's the secret of your life? What's the secret of life? And the priest replies saying, pay attention. And the businessman says, that's it? That's all? Can't you give me anything more? And the priest thinks about it for a little while and he says, pay attention, pay attention. And that's it. That's what it's all about. Now, I know that sounds kind of New Age ambiguity, kind of silly spirituality stuff. But that's really it. That's what the book is about. How you pay attention to your home, your place, what you do, going for a walk, your work. And that's it. Pay attention to what you're doing. And by pay attention, I mean really try to understand it, really try to extract from your home life, from the city you live in, from your neighborhood, what's valuable, what's purposeful, what gives you a sense of meaning, what gives you a sense of accomplishment. And that's the secret to, if you will, rekindling belief or recovering spirit in this, as I put it, this age of disenchantment. It's all about pay attention to re-enchant your world.
That was Robert Sibley, author of A Rumour of God, Rekindling Belief in an Age of Disenchantment. You can find it on Amazon.ca, Chapters.ca, or you can purchase it from the publisher, Novalis, www.novalis.ca. And look for Robert's website, www.rumourofgod.com.